awesome hunt in Illinois, a lot of deer. There's a buck. Two guys came walking down without permission to track that deer. I started hearing voices. I couldn't believe it. That's him. Oh, no, son of a... Oh, there's a buck.
Some places you hunt are easy, but more than not, they are challenging, and some, they can even turn into a vendetta. In 2013, I decided to return to a place that had challenged me through the years. I prefer hunting on my own, but that doesn't mean I won't use an outfitter I like, and Performance Outdoors in Illinois is one of those outfitters.
Finally got in a tree in Illinois. Cold and windy, just like you'd like it. This is my fourth time out here hunting with Ron and Performance Outdoors. I've hunted 2 shotgun seasons, and I came for a late archery season in January a couple of years ago. You know, anytime you have a chance to do it on your own or go with somebody like an outfitter, there's always that cost benefit you got to figure out. You know, knowing the ground, hanging your own stands, the time to do that. We're going with somebody who's already got all that set up. These guys have a lot of properties. They have a minimum antler restriction. You can shoot something smaller, but you're penalized for it. And they've killed some big bucks off of here. I have yet to do that. They also have a doe tag in the pocket. If we get a big, long-nosed, mature doe coming out of here, we'll pick a shot at her. 4 days to get an Illinois giant on the ground. Sitting up here a long time. Finally see a deer. Little spike, a year and a half old. Pretty quiet ending to a long, cold day. Just had a doe and 2 fawns come out on the field edge. It's a little disappointing. Pretty much getting on the last light. Look down, I threw 2 does down there. Still another pretty quiet night.
Didn't see a whole lot of deer, and a little frustrating, but you know, even if you're going to a spot that's known for big bucks and lots of deer, doesn't mean you can control the weather, and doesn't mean that they're going to show themselves. Even though I've been here and hunted 4 times, I have yet to come away with that buck of a lifetime. But after a year or 2, taking care of a couple bucket list items, I can assure you that I'll probably be back.
I just got to the tree about 20 minutes ago. Hopefully we can at least see some deer. We got 5.5 days to hunt.
In 2014, seeing deer wasn't the problem.
Just been here a couple of hours and I've already seen more bucks than I did last year here.
Seeing bucks and getting a shooter within range of the stand are 2 different things. And after 5 days, it all came down to the last hour.
Just had a pretty decent deer actually walk right under the stand. And I wasn't gonna shoot him. And noticed when he got just past me that he has a hole right near where his heart would be on an arrow shot, and blood running down both his legs. Watched him cross the river and go across and just stand there and pant a little bit. I grunted a couple of times. I don't know how bad he's hurt. Hindsight, maybe I should have shot him just to put him out of his misery. I was getting excited for the last hour and a half or so, and about 4 o'clock, 2 guys came walking down without permission to track that deer. I started hearing voices. I couldn't believe it. I just basically told them they were screwing up my last night and to get out, and didn't remember the guy's last name, but I texted Ron and told him to kind of what had happened, so I'm sure Ron will be getting in touch with him. Awesome hunt in Illinois, a lot of deer, but just big one didn't come into range. So far it's been unbelievably exciting.
Pure Hunting is brought to you by Browning, the best there is, and by Browning Ammunition. Wooden Stream Boots, footwear created for the great American outdoors and beyond, and these other fine companies. This year, I was back in Illinois with Performance Outdoors, but optimistic for a different outcome than the previous seasons. It was early November, and after 2 days of hunting in warm weather and no rut activity, my luck hadn't improved.
We still got a couple days. I think it'll still happen. I think the best bet for the afternoon is to go where the food source is. I just think once they're bedded down without much rut activity, this probably is not the best spot to be sitting for the middle part of the day and afternoon.
Make a quick trip back to the lodge, get a quick sandwich, and then head to the food plot stand for this afternoon.
Come on.
Not a deer. Ron, with Performance Outdoors, was desperate to get me on a buck, so we decided to change up my spot for the afternoon sit. So just same parking area, but is that, just a different brush hog trail?
That's just that, yeah.
Same
It
sort of
goes
thing.
right down there.
Ron gave me directions to a stand that looks over a food plot, where photos of several big bucks had been captured on trail camera. The camera there. Will I be able to see it from the road? Or do I have to walk up?
Yeah, it's a clover. It's a clover
That's
food
a
plot.
clover.
That's
Oh,
a food
great.
plot on your left and a food plot going up to the camera.
Cool.
And big scrapes right there around that camera.
Okay.
It's a pretty cool little spot. This upper food plot, it's got brassicas, it's got standing beans, it's got turnips in it, maybe even have some clover. Probably about 150 yards long, 50, 60 yards wide, just surrounded by hardwoods. Deer are gonna do what they're gonna do, but Ron had said where we walked past was a good bedding area. There's obviously bedding and dark timber all the way around. They could come from anywhere. The wind's good for the food plot blowing away. Now only time will tell. Four in the field. See a buck. Second away from letting an arrow fly. grunting and tongue out chasing a couple of doe. Just need him to feed this way. That little buck's at the end of this field. 5 more minutes. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. Another buck just came out. I'm losing track of all the bucks. Judas Priest, that's a nice deer too. That's a 12. Oh my goodness. Wow. This may be my best night of deer viewing. Well, as frustrating as this morning was without seeing a deer, coming up to the food plot tonight was every bit what I would have wanted, with the exception of loosing an arrow, and I was half a second away from having that happen. Got a couple days left, so hopefully one of these or another like it will present an opportunity. Wow. There's a buck. Oh, no. Came to a newsstand this morning after that amazing night last night. There was a big 8 chasing a doe around. And I thought he was coming in at one point and then he just disappeared. So I don't know if he bedded down or just disappeared in the CRP. But so far it's been a better morning than we've had. It's going to be an all-day sit between here and going back to the food plot we were at last night. Coming down to the wire, only have about a day and a half left. I'm gonna head back to the food plot I sat at last night. Had such an amazing night. Probably gonna sit in a shooting house elevated about 15 feet. The wind's a little questionable with that, but they're supposedly airtight. But that's where all the deer came out of, and probably increases our odds of getting them as they first enter the field. This food plot's about 150 yards long or so, 50 to 70 yards wide. A lot of the deer came out on this end of the field. So I'm gonna spray some scent around here, get up there, get ready for showtime. Here comes some deer. Coming right out here. There's a buck. That's a big 10. Big 10. That's him. That's him. Oh, no. No. So. Well, that was a little disappointing and frustrating. Everything was setting up to be perfect and a lot earlier than I thought. Then all of a sudden I heard a branch break. I thought it was going to be a really early night. Now we'll just have to wait some more. That's a shooter buck.
Pure Hunting is brought to you by Fox Pro, high performance game calls. Hoyt, get serious, get Hoyt. And by Wilderness Athlete, the authority on outdoor performance nutrition. And these other fine companies. Be sure to check out Tenzing for their full line of packs, from small day packs up to the 6,000, which is a phenomenal pack for the backcountry hunter. I travel a fair amount on some of my hunts, and when I'm traveling with my gear, I trust Plano to get my equipment there safely. After 6 years of hunting in Illinois, I felt like I was in a great spot to finally get an opportunity on a buck.
Oh, there's a buck. Maybe it's the same one. No. That's a good tall 8. Good tall 8. He's coming across that field. He's not quite that big. He's a good deer though. That's a sure buck. Watch him. Oh, baby. Man, there's some good deer in here. And he is not the biggest one, but he's a good, solid 8. Really good 8. Saw him come across the field and came all the way across. He just kept chasing off that button buck and kept getting closer and closer. Next thing you know, he got 30 yards away. Got the rangefinder out, was dead nuts on, and it felt really good. Saw where he went in the bushes. It's 4:30. And I'm sure I could sit here for the next 30 minutes and there may be more deer pouring out and a couple of bigger ones like we saw last night. But you know what? I'm thrilled to death with that deer. The wild thing is that there's that doe over there has not left. Hold on, I'm not. She's looking right here. You want her? She's looking off to the left. Well, shot a double out of the stand. So she was 25 yards. And she was bleeding pretty darn good as she was right there, so I'm sure she's not going anywhere. Got the double. But I've hunted Illinois. This is my 6th time out here. And I have yet to shoot a good deer. I finally shot a good deer. Oh, wow. I'm gonna text Ron and hopefully go recover a nice buck. Good Illinois 8-point. Wow. Awesome, 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 awesome. And he cut here, so hopefully we'll get on some blood. Yep, there's blood. And that's what we like to see, baby. He did bust off good.
Yeah.
I think it just buried in the far shoulder, is my guess. Good red blood.
There he is.
Oh.
There's Squiggly Bean.
It is. I wonder what caused that. Damage in velvet?
Yeah, I must have run into something. Nice job.
Thanks, man.
Congratulations.
I'm pumped. I am pumped. I knew he wasn't all that wide. He was looking good coming across that field, though, and chasing them off. Good bases. He'd been rubbing, look at that. And that's what you want, a short tracking job. Well, I'm pumped. I've hunted here a long time, and I know there's bigger bucks in here. We saw 3 of them last night and there's one earlier today, but he came across there and I was like, there's a good Illinois buck right there. 3 years with you out here, huh?
Nice job.
I know a story.
Yeah, she was in the field before he was, and she never got that closer.
So you
After you shot him.
You shot the buck?
Most hunters can attest that they have one spot they always go to that not only presents a challenge, but also can become their greatest test. Finally, after my 6th year hunting in Illinois, I got my trophy buck. And I couldn't be more happy to put this vendetta to bed.